Morning. It's Thursday, October 29th. And the Dodgers finally won the World Series after 33 years or so, or 32 years, some number. I guess it's 32 years. In any event, it was a weird baseball season. Only 60 games. But then they had a full run of playoffs. And the Dodgers won. They beat the Tampa Bay Rays in 6 games. And they won Tuesday night by the score of 3-1. But in the 8th inning, a weird thing happened. One of their star players, Justi Turner, was removed from the game. Nobody understood exactly why. But now we learned that he tested positive for COVID-19. And so they pulled him from the game. But they got a test in the 2nd inning. And that test was sort of not exactly 100% positive. So he played on, but in the 8th inning, they got another test, and that proved that he was positive and asymptomatic. So they pulled him from the game. And now, in the annals of baseball, there are plenty of weird things that have happened in ball games. But this is one of the weirdest ones. Anyhow, the Dodgers went on to win the game. And after the game, Justi Turner came out with a mask on to celebrate with some of his teammates. But then he disappeared for a while. But then, of course, they had the team photo shoot. And he came out for the team photo shoot with a mask on, and he sat down next to his manager, Dave Roberts, had his mask on, but then he took his mask off while they were taking photos, and then he put it back on again, and he took it off again, and they hugged one another and all of that. And meanwhile, the Dodgers are stuck in Texas for a couple of days until they can figure out how they're going to get home to Los Angeles. And the whole team is going to be tested again for the virus. So COVID-19 is everywhere. And it even makes the final game in the World Series somewhat of a weird adventure. But hopefully, nobody else on the Dodger team will catch this thing, and they will be able to celebrate, which would be appropriate after 33 years or 32 years. It would be appropriate to celebrate. But that just shows you what's going on in this world, that everywhere you turn, this disease, this COVID-19 disease, is lurking. And every time it comes up in a conversation, it's not good all the time. Now, some states are treating it better than others. They're fighting it better than others. Even though our basic leadership in this country has given up the fight, many parts of this country are fighting the disease. So it's weird. It's weird. We're going to be looking over our shoulder for a long time, waiting for something else to happen that's related to COVID-19. And we're waiting for a vaccine, and I don't know when we're going to get that vaccine. Maybe we'll get it early in 2021. And then it'll be who's going to be vaccinated. They'll start with the ultra-cockers like me and you, and then they'll work their way down to the essential workers, the healthcare workers, and eventually it'll get down to the healthier people, or the so-called healthier people, and they'll all get vaccinated. And let's hope that these vaccinations are good. Let's hope that this is not a disease we can't get some kind of immunity from a vaccine or something else. Because this will be hanging over our heads for a long time. I don't know what our experiences are going to be when we come out of this quarantine. I don't know how we're going to act when it's time to get back to a normal life. I hope that we can proceed seamlessly on with our lives, but I'm not so sure about that. This is a trauma for a lot of people. cooped up in the house, going out shopping sporadically, not sure that we'd ever eat in a restaurant again. I know this is a gloom and doom rant. I don't mean it to be gloom and doom. I mean it to be realistic. And you have to be realistic, but you have to be cautious. Because it's not your own life you're screwing around with. It's the lives of your loved ones. It's the lives of your grandchildren. It's the lives of your friends. So why take chances? We have to keep wearing our masks until this thing is over and done with. And it's a sorry thing to say that. But people who believe that they don't have to wear masks are endangering everyone around them. And maybe it doesn't matter to them. But it will matter to their relatives and their friends if they die. So, the Dodgers won the World Series. One of their players tests positive. Who knows if anybody else on the team is going to test positive? We won't know that for a while. Meanwhile, they just can't hop on a plane and fly home. That's not being allowed. And it turns out that air travel is pretty safe because the filtering systems on the plane are better than most of the filtering systems in our houses and everything. So I enjoyed watching the World Series. It was a unique experience. The stadiums are almost empty. The fans who were there were Rays fans or Dodger fans in Texas, not in Tampa Bay, not in Los Angeles. 6 games in Texas. So that's the way it is in 2020. And hopefully it'll be better in 2021. So I will say goodbye right now, and I will see you in the morning. Bye.